Attention Bears fans, this is not a drill. Are you tired of watching our team sink under George McCaskey's leadership? So am I. Since he took over as president in 2011, we've seen 4 general managers and 6 coaches come and go without any real success. It's a roller coaster of failures. How much more can we take? Stick around until the end to find out what we can do to change this story. But that's not all. Our offensive line needs an urgent overhaul if we want to protect Caleb Williams and start winning games. With almost $62 million in cap space, we have the chance to sign the best free agents. From Trey Smith to Ronnie Stanley, the options are many, but who should be our priority? Don't miss the details and stay until the end to find out. And now, the news that could change everything: the search for a new head coach. After firing Matt Eberflus, the Bears are considering Ben Johnson, the mastermind behind the Lions' offense. Could he be the key to developing Caleb Williams and transforming our offense? Imagine what he could do with our team. Stay until the end for all the details and subscribe so you don't miss any updates. Let's go, Bears. It's time for a change and to look toward a bright future. Bears friends, let's get straight to the point because there's a lot to talk about. How bad have the Chicago Bears been under George McCaskey's leadership? I'll tell you this, it's a total disaster. George McCaskey, the man who called himself just a fan and not a football evaluator, took over as Bears president on May 5th, 2011. Since then, the Bears have been a roller coaster of failures and disappointments. How many times have we heard that change is needed, that the right decisions are being made? I ask you, how much more can we endure? Since McCaskey took the reins, we've seen 4 general managers: Jerry Angelo, Phil Emery, Ryan Pace, and Ryan Poles. None of them have managed to change the team's course. And what about the coaches? 6 coaches in 14 years. 6, from Lovie Smith to interim Thomas Brown. It seems like every new coach is an overreaction to the previous one, and not a real solution to our problems. But wait, there's more. What about the offensive coordinators? 11 offensive coordinators in 14 seasons. We can't even maintain a stable structure in the team. Only Adam Gase left for a promotion, and he's not even in the NFL now. Now, let's talk about the numbers. Under McCaskey's leadership, the Bears have a record of 93-134, winning only 40.9% of their games. That's unacceptable. And if you thought that was bad, listen to this: 0 playoff wins and only 2 appearances. The last time we won a playoff game was in January 2011, before George took over. And what about our rivals? 3-24 against the Green Bay Packers. 3 wins in 14 years. How can this be possible? And not just that, we have a losing record against all division rivals, 27-56 in total. How are we going to take the North and never give it back as Ryan Poles promised? On Thursday night, chants of "sell the team" echoed through Soldier Field. But do you really think the McCaskey family will sell the team? I doubt it. George McCaskey said in 2022 that his performance is reviewed by ownership and the board, meaning his mother. What kind of checks and balances system is that? Friends, I ask you, how long are we going to keep putting up with this? When are we going to see real change in our team? I tell you this, we need a total cleanup, from top to bottom. But what do you think? Do you believe there's hope under McCaskey's leadership, or is it time for a radical change? Leave your comments below. I want to know what you think. And now, listen up because we're going to talk about what really matters for the future of our team. The offensive line has been a constant headache, and if we want to protect Caleb Williams and start winning games, we need to make serious changes. I ask you, how many more years are we going to put up with an offensive line that isn't up to par? I tell you this, it's time to act. First, let's talk about the positives. The Bears' defense is showing signs of life, especially after holding the Seahawks to just 6 points. Kevin Byard made it clear, that's the standard we have for ourselves. But what about the offense? We need a complete overhaul of the offensive line, and this is where free agency comes in. With $61.98 million in effective cap space, we have the opportunity to make significant moves. Here are some of the best free agents available according to Pro Football Focus PFF. Interior line. Trey Smith, Chiefs. The best offensive lineman available and only 25 years old, ranked 11th among starting guards and 23rd in pass blocking. The Chiefs might try to keep him, but he's worth going after. His market value is estimated at $19.3 million a year. C. Drew Dahlman, Falcons. Made PFF's All-Improved team last year. He's a bit heavier than Coleman Shelton and could be an upgrade. Ranked 5th in run blocking but needs to improve in pass blocking. G. Will Fries, Colts. Developed over time, he's the 4th best guard this year according to PFF. The Colts have a big commitment to Quentin Nelson, so it's unlikely they'll keep both. G. Kevin Zeitler, Lions. At 34 years old, Zeitler has had an excellent season. He could be a short-term solution while we develop a younger guard. G. James Daniels, Steelers. Yes, you remember him. Although he left under Poles' direction, his Achilles tendon injury could make him a cheaper option. G. Mekhi Becton, Eagles. A giant at 6'7" and 363 pounds who has had a great season. Only 25 years old and could be a great addition. Tackles. T. Ronnie Stanley, Ravens. At 30 years old, he's still a viable option. Ranked 40th among 135 tackles and 25th in pass blocking, he's only allowed 2 sacks this year. T. Cam Robinson, Vikings. Has proven to be an effective temporary solution. Ranked 17th on PFF's best free agents list. T. Tyron Smith, Jets. At 34 years old, he'd be a temporary option. Currently on IR with a neck injury, but still performing well. T. Alaric Jackson, Rams. This 6'7", 345-pound player has had a great year. Ranked 15th among 135 tackles, 22nd in pass blocking, and 15th in run blocking. T. Dan Moore, Steelers. Though not elite, he's shown significant improvement. Ranked 44th among 135 tackles, but has allowed 10 sacks this year. Friends, these are our options. I ask you, who do you think should be our priority in free agency? Should we go for the big names or look for short-term solutions while developing young talent? Leave your comments and opinions. And now I ask you, are you ready for a radical change in our coaching staff? I tell you this could be the opportunity we've been waiting for. After firing Matt Eberflus mid-season, the Bears are looking for a new head coach. This new coach will be crucial for the development of Caleb Williams, our first overall pick in 2024, who has had a tough rookie season. There are several names on the list, but one that stands out is Detroit Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson. According to Ian Rappaport and Tom Pelissero of NFL.com, Ben Johnson is intrigued by the job and willing to listen to the offer. Who is Ben Johnson? I ask you, do you know the architect behind the Lions' creative and successful offense? That's right, it's him. Under his scheme, the Lions have been one of the most productive teams in terms of yards per game, ranking 4th, 3rd, and 2nd from 2022 to 2024. This season, Detroit is the team with the most points per game, averaging 32.9. Imagine what Johnson could do with our team. Though we don't have the same star power as the Lions, we have a promising base. Williams has shown flashes of his talent. DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, and Romo Dunze form a lethal trio of receivers. DeAndre Swift and Roschon Johnson are solid in the backfield. Last year, Johnson turned down several coaching opportunities to pursue a title with Detroit, but this time he might consider facing the monstrous offense of the Lions that he helped create. What does this mean for the Bears? I tell you this, it could be the start of a new era. Ben Johnson has the offensive mind we need to develop Williams and maximize our players' potential. With a coach like him, we could finally see a dynamic and effective offense in Chicago. Wouldn't that be a refreshing change? But it's not just about hiring Johnson. We need to make sure he has the support and resources to implement his vision. This includes strengthening our offensive line, something we've already discussed, and ensuring our key players stay healthy and motivated. Friends, I ask you, what do you think of Ben Johnson as our next head coach? Do you think he can be the man to finally lead the Bears to glory? Leave your comments below. I want to know what you think. Let's go Bears! It's time for a change and to look toward a bright future. Ben Johnson could be the key piece the Bears need to transform their offense and develop Caleb Williams. His success with the Lions shows he has the ability to create and lead a high-level offense. With the talent we have in Chicago, Johnson could be the coach to finally take us back to the playoffs and beyond. Now, I ask you, are you ready to support this potential hire? Do you think Johnson is the answer to our problems? Share your thoughts and let's keep this conversation going. Chicago Bears fans, what do you think? Do you believe there's hope under McCaskey's leadership, or is it time for a radical change? Let me know in the comments. And speaking of changes, who do you think should be our priority in free agency? Should we go for the big names or look for short-term solutions while developing young talent? Share your opinions. Finally, friends, what do you think of Ben Johnson as our next head coach? Do you think he can be the man to finally lead the Bears to glory? I want to read your thoughts. If you're as passionate about the Bears as we are, subscribe to the channel and join our family. Don't miss any updates and be part of these exciting discussions. Like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video.